And I think that's the number one thing that when I was, watching other people audit sites and learning from other designers is that I just didn't, I guess, understand the importance of that first experience. And everyone always says, like, first impressions matter. There's all these cliches that kind of justify it. But I do think that people are inherently will be able to judge a website, its quality, in the first couple of seconds on the site. And how professional and how fast, how clean, how easy it is to use is pretty easy to find out in a couple of clicks. So so once the performance piece is kind of flagged, I think the next step in the process is look at the most popular entry point. So that's typically where I start. What about you, Mustafa? Would you start there, or do you kind of have a different approach?
No, I think that's a really good thing. I mean, sometimes, like from just at conferences when we've done these kind of more informal design reviews, that can be really hard because you've just been thrown an app, you don't understand its background, you don't understand its context. So what's really helpful is to, if they haven't been given this, if you're asked to do a design review, what's the thing that you want the design review to focus on? So if, like, just saying, okay, the design of this e-commerce site, the logo could be better, the colors could be nicer. That's not really useful. It's like asking a question. Okay, what is it? What do you want to achieve? Okay, we want to increase engagement by X. We want to improve our sign-up flow. We want to make our checkout for guest checkout much more optimal. Then you could say, okay, I can do a design review based on that very focused, very detailed thing. And then obviously at the end of it, you can bolt on the other stuff, the accessibility, the making sure that things are aligned, any kind of visual bugs, because it's really important that you have a key marker to see what has changed and things that have been changed. So having those things, I think, is really important. And I think having more guided. So the design reviews for me that have had the best outcome are the ones which were focused. So the Red Bull one I always think comes to mind because that's the thing that they're focusing on, improving engagement with their social media and their sort of like their users, so that people are commenting on stuff. So when focusing on that, so okay, what's the problem? Okay, people can't see the UI. It's not very clear. Maybe add labels next to the icons. Maybe make the icons more prominent. Make it clear to the user that once they've watched the video, you want them to actually do something. So you're designing the flow to that leads a person down a specific path. What I'd like when I was doing like a lot of e-commerce review stuff. In particular, guest checkout, because that's the thing which I've mostly done with e-commerce. I just basically took a credit card and started buying stuff, and I think because that's the most accurate things. Like how quick is this? And then I'll take their existing checkout flow, and then I would say, all right, if I was to make, and then I do my own mocks, and I say if I was to use guest checkout, how many steps? And there was like it was crazy amounts of be 30 steps to check out because there's all this you have to say.
Like 30 clicks.
Pretty 30 clicks. Yeah, 30 clicks. Just to get to like a thank you, your order's on its way. Versus guest checkout, there's a buy now button on a thing. It takes you to just where you can put in your delivery address, credit card details, and then the ones which are really good were the checkouts that say, oh, you don't have an account, would you like us to automatically set you up one? Because they set up a ghost account just to manage the entire order, right. But to convert that into a proper account so that you can actually go back and that's great, because if the whole checkout experience is really delightful, simple and clean, people are like, do you know what, I'm going to carry on buying stuff from here because that was really easy.
Right. I totally agree.